Welcome to Let's Eat Orlando with Amy, Drew, and Biggie. How's everyone doing today? I am Biggie, and this is
I am Amy Drew, right here, live in person.
in person. Yes, I can hear her, but I can't see her.
I'm John Cena today.
You're you're John
I'm
Cena
I'm
today.
waving my hand, but you can't see me. You
Uh,
can't see me.
wait. So I have to ask the question then. Do you watch wrestling?
I do. I do.
So were you surprised with the whole John Cena going
I
bad?
was I was shocked and delighted.
Yeah, it was it's definitely was interesting to me. I haven't it's funny because I stopped. I used to watch wrestling more often, and then I was like a huge scene, like I did it for a long time, and then I just stopped. And then I think actually went now that it's on Netflix, I've been watching it again. Like I'll watch it, especially like I'll watch it on a Tuesday, I'll have it playing. And then I don't know if you've been like I don't know how much you watch of it,
I
if you even
watched
watch.
that live. I saw that live. I
Yeah,
saw
that was amazing to watch live. I could imagine how crazy it is. But I started watching
it
this
was
new
great. It was
thing
great.
called Legends, and it's like I think it's like LFE or LF, but it's like literally it's like a wrestling reality show type thing
Mhm.
where it's like a contest, but it has four legend wrestlers and then next
They
generation.
coached them like they coached
Yes.
yeah, I've
But
seen the
it
commercials for this. I
and
haven't
it's got
watched
like the Undertaker in it and
Yeah.
like all these other people in it. It's quite interesting to watch, to just see, or just kind of the aspect of it. I just think there's like it's it's a theatrical show, and it's amazing how they kind of work all that. So
Oh yeah. No,
it's
no, no.
fun.
The back end, the behind the scenes aspect of wrestling is fascinating. It's totally fascinating because it's like it's a it's a it's sports, it's performance. There's like scripted elements. But all through all of this is like this incredible physicality and athleticism that has to happen. What I say all the time is I'm surprised that there aren't more really horrendous injuries more often. It just sort of speaks to the level of professionalism that they can pull all this stuff off and be injured so infrequently. I think speaks to that.
Well, and I mean, obviously, and it's kind of funny because we, even though we're bringing this up, it is something that obviously that is Central Florida related, because
Yeah.
their performance center and where they do a lot of their shows and a lot of their development is here in Central Florida. And it's
I
I
love going, but I don't go anymore because I don't want to do the bus. I want to just be able to park there, and they don't let you do that anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you have to like take their bus
Oh, no
from
thanks.
Full Sail over, and I've done it a couple times, but I don't want to do it anymore, so I just don't go anymore.
No, I believe it. I believe it. So yeah, it's been an interesting thing. It's actually funny that I maybe I don't recognize or I don't notice it as much, but I don't see every time I go out to eat. It's not like I see them too often out and about. Not that I would probably see them on a weekend or anything like that, since they're probably wrestling somewhere. Um,
I have my friend at work, Jay Reddick. Uh he's our I can't remember what they call him. They call him I can't remember what his titles is. It's something like, sports entertainment reporter or something.
okay.
But it's better than that, I think. Um, I'm always telling him because he knows quite a few of these folks because he's been, it's been his beat for a long time. I totally want to go out to eat with a wrestler or wrestlers.
Yeah.
I would love to go out with Naomi. She's from Sanford, I think. So she'd be fun. Um, I know that he's told me that Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa are big foodies, so I wouldn't mind going and hanging with those guys. That would
That
be
sounds like
fun.
fun.
And then every single time I see Braun Strowman, I remember one time not too long ago that Beefy King posted that he was there. And I
Yes.
was like, every time I see him, I go, I want to have Beefy King with Braun Strowman. How much Beefy King does he eat? He must eat like 12, right?
He's like it's like he eats them like they're White Castle. Is probably how he
He
eats
eats
it.
them probably like Homer Simpson. Like he
Yeah.
could just like swallow it. Does he swallow it? He's humongous. I would like to get a picture with him just for that reason.
That's funny.
That
I
would be an
love
even funnier picture than me next to Vooch when I did the story with the match, which was a pretty funny picture.
Yeah, well, Vooch is quite tall. Yes,
Yeah.
that's definitely a good one. So no, I thought it was interesting. I thought it was funny when you said it. I was like, man, I'm like, I didn't realize she watches wrestling. But yeah, I started watching that, and I started watching
I
the.
do, but now I'm embarrassed, and that's why you can't see me because I'm
Well, you
admitting
shouldn't be
now that I'm a big
embarrassed.
wrestling
You
fan.
shouldn't be embarrassed. That it's actually it's quite entertaining. It is quite
I have no
entertaining.
shame. I have no
No,
shame.
quite entertaining. But I wanted I figure let's catch up on some stuff we haven't chatted in a bit. I know you were busy with foodies, and we'll definitely have a foodies episode, foodie award episode, and kind of go over all the details on your picks and things like that. But I kind of wanted to chat about any if you've been to any new places recently that you want to kind of chat about or you want to bring up. I know I got to visit um recently in my because and I'll admit it, it was we were in the area and I saw the Palm announcement that she was going to be coming she'll
Yeah,
be
that was
soon at
exciting. Oh,
Henry's
and by the way,
Depot.
I think he's the combat sports reporter. I believe that's what his title is.
Combat, oh, because he does MMA. I'm pretty sure he does MMA and the UFC and all that stuff. Then
Maybe, I don't know. I don't watch
that
that
would
stuff,
make sense. That would make sense if he does all those.
but maybe. I don't know. I only pay attention to the wrestling.
so
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 pumped.
yeah, you broke the news obviously, and
Yeah, that was
uh
fun. That was a great story to break.
yes. And it was funny because Palm did show some stuff like on her like her Facebook and things like that. And then when it officially got released and I saw the picture of them, of Shin and whatchamacallit and Palm, I was like, man, I'm like, this is crazy. I'm like,
It's a
what a
good
great
fit.
spot.
When I found out that's what they were doing, I was like, that makes perfect sense. It really does.
So I ended up because of that, I ended up having it in my mind going, man, I'm like, I've been, but I haven't been. I was like, I haven't really like actually like hung out and drank or ate there. And so my daughter had an event, and so my wife and I decided we're like, my wife was like right off the bat, she's like, hey, we should go to Henry's Depot. It's like, well, only 15, 20 minutes away. Let's just drive over there and get some food. And I was like, okay. So I definitely ate around ate around the depot. I guess Henry's Depot
Yeah. I
is where
never
I
get
went.
to eat. I mean, it's a lot. They have a lot of stuff there. So I never really ate around the depot. Like I've
Hmm.
eaten and then maybe had Greenery Creamery ice cream
Yeah.
and maybe and a drink at the bar.
Hmm.
I love the bar there. I love Henry's Depot. I'm a big fan. I think that that's like probably of all the food halls I've been to, um, that one hits for me because it's
Yeah.
like cozy.
Hmm.
It doesn't seem like, I mean, it is a food hall, but it just doesn't it doesn't have that because I guess maybe because the building is old
Yeah.
and historic. I don't know. It just, there's something about it that just hits right for me. I like the size. I like the outdoor spaces are all very nice.
Hmm. Yep.
You have live music there, but like the bar, it's not this cavernous place. Like the bar seems like its own entity, and then you
Yes.
can just bring your food in. I don't know. I just love the vibe. I love the whole setup.
No, it's fun. I definitely will go back. Especially once Palm opens, I will be definitely paying him a visit.
We should go.
Um, yes, we definitely should. I got to also one of the reasons I wanted to bring it up was because I got to finally eat one of your favorite chicken sandwiches.
Oh, sweet and salty. That is such a great sandwich. I should say, that is a great chicken sandwich. That is probably my favorite
It is
out there. I
it's
love it.
super good. I had no like I and it's funny because I originally was gonna pick one thing and then I ended up texting you because I was like, hey, I'm at sweet and salty. I'm like, what am I supposed to have again? And you're like the butter chicken katsu. I was like, okay. I was like, that's what I want. And it was great. I mean, I was like the seriously seasoned super well. The chicken, like I tell people, like, a sandwich is good. Like if you can have it and then the next day have it again and it still holds up, does everything that it needs to do. Like I was amazed by it because I ate a lot of food, so I didn't get to eat all of my butter chicken katsu. But with that that macaroni salad and everything and all the spices and it's such a big humongous piece of chicken, like you literally can literally kind of like how we've done with some other food trucks, so much chicken you're eating around the bread.
Yeah, that's like, yeah, it's like Baba Yaga
Yeah.
when I had the Baba Yaga. It's like such a huge chicken breast, although sweet and salty uses thigh, I believe.
Hmm.
But
Yep.
it's such a huge piece of chicken that you can get full before you even eat the sandwich.
Yeah.
Like you could get 4 big bites of chicken and have not had the sandwich at all.
Yeah, it was super good. I was like, yeah, I'm like, I've had some of their other stuff. Like I had some of their Kahlua pork at Taste and Sip, but I was like, I definitely was like, man, I'm like, this is super delicious when I went back. And I ended up, I was like, I'm definitely coming back and trying some of the other things. I was like, I'm gonna probably have a plate next time. I'm like, because I'm like, I was actually gonna eat a plate
The
until I
Loco
texted you.
Moco burger is really good.
I know you've told me that.
It is, it's really good.
What's in that? Don't they have the same thing? It's like burger, but it also has like macaroni salad and it has a bunch of other things as
Got a
well.
fried egg on it and
Yes.
gravy because it's like it's a burger version of the Loco Moco that you would get like as a platter, like a plate lunch
Hmm.
in Hawaii. So it's like the burger version of that, the handheld burger version. Although it is a mess, it's a mess.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna get messy with that one, but it's really good.
It's and then I also went to I think it's Shin is what it's called, right? Is how it's the proper way of saying it.
I is it with an S or a C?
Let me double. It's
I thought it was
CHIN.
yeah. I thought it was chin.
Yeah, yeah. I went there. We got since we were eating around and I knew we were gonna get a bunch of stuff. I ended up getting like their banh mi, and then I got some bows. We got the adobo pork and their KFC bow is what
I
we
have
got.
not had the pleasure yet.
It was good though. It was the bread was good. It was crunchy. It was toasted. I like the bow. The bow was good. Um, the bows were good. I probably would get something different. It was kind of more like I was trying to do appetizers. I wanted to try different things. Because we also ate at Yugiri Ramen Project.
Did you have the musubi at Sweet and
We did
Salty?
not at sweet and salty. We did
The
not. We were
spicy
going to,
is
and I
really good.
forgot to order one.
They have a good one. I'm a fan.
They
I love those all over the place. There's a
yes.
place like in East Orlando that's just the musubi house. It's like musubi and like tea.
Oh really?
Yeah, they have like a bunch of different kinds.
Yeah, I do like the musubi I had at Over Rice.
Yeah,
And
good.
then I also had one I think at Aloha
Yep,
Kitchen. I
had
had
it
one
there
there.
too. It's good there too.
I had one there
I
as
make them
well.
at home too. I'll paint it like I grill it and I'll put like the gochujang
Hmm.
on the spam and it's so good.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, we loved it. At the Yuguri Ramen Project, I had their special, which was like it's like a Jiro Kai ramen, and man, it was delicious. I was like super impressed with their ramen. I was like, this is I definitely would go back and have some more ramen there. It was just super good.
Nice.
They did and then for dessert we ended up having Greenery Creamery because
There
you
you go.
know I ended up
You
taking stuff
told
home,
me
people.
you
So
told me about the flavor you had. That sounded so good. I want to go try it.
I had this flavor. I never had it before, but I was down for it. And I asked the girl, I was like, "Hey, what do you recommend? What do you think?" And the one that caught my eye was it's called Triple C, and it's like coffee with sweet cream and crushed cookies, like crushed like chocolate cookie in it.
Yeah, that's
And
I love all coffee types of ice cream, so and
so do I. And I was like, this hit. I was like, we ended up getting two scoops because I was like, I need a scoop. You need a scoop. I was like, we need like, I'm like,
I
I'm not
usually
sharing this.
I like to get the black sesame flavor that they have. That's so good, but I'm totally gonna try that if they have it when I'm there.
Yeah, I think it's something that they always have in house, and I know they're like the sister. They're like the what is it this how would you what would you call it the proper terminology for their aren't they like the sister brand or
They're the
so,
older sister. Because they Greenery Creamery came first
all
to
right. From
Spagita.
Sapagita, yes. So there it is. So they're like I mean they do a heck of a job, and the beauty of it is they have two options. They have the vegan, they have the dairy.
Yeah, their
So
vegan flavors are delicious. I've
yeah,
had their vegan flavors. They're really good. You don't miss a thing.
and that's when you know they're doing it right when you can
Yeah,
eat the vegan and be like, oh, I
you
don't
don't miss a thing.
doesn't matter, doesn't mean anything. Um, so yeah, I definitely we enjoyed it. I definitely would go back. I think once like all I kept thinking about was like when Pom comes here, it's just gonna like this place is gonna explode even more. But like the drinks, we got some drinks at the bar. My wife got a Florida Mule.
Nice.
And then,
What's
and
her
I
favorite
just
mule?
got what was that? She loves a good mule. So,
But what makes it Florida? Do you remember?
it's like a citrus. I think it was like a
Oh,
citrus
okay.
vodka.
Gotcha.
I probably could have gotten a little more citrusy for her, but it was still she still enjoyed it.
I like them to
Um,
be spicy. Like I want to taste that ginger.
oh yeah, the ginger. Yeah, the
Yeah.
ginger beer. Yeah, that I mean the mule's great. That's a great drink. I enjoy it. I love they have some good cocktails, good pricing. It was great. I mean, we enjoyed it. We ate outside and because we were like, I'm like it kind of could get a little I don't know, like I did feel like I kind of maybe smelled like my food like after a while like I was like, "Ooh, there's a lot of smells." So I'm glad I ate outside, but it was also kind of nice just it was just a nice night out. And it was just the weather's great like this around this type of
That's what I
weather.
mean. They have that great, they've got the porch in the back, they've got the
Yeah.
wraparound things. It's like you have so many options there.
Mhm.
It's a great spot. It's a great
Yeah,
spot.
it's definitely great. They do a good job on it. I know that there's
Current,
more like
current
food halls
trade.
type places are coming. So it'd be interesting to see what other new places as they keep coming, but definitely a good spot to go visit if you haven't been there. I mean, after that we walked around like the little downtown the of Sanford downtown area just because you're like, you're right there.
Mhm.
And
Gotta
it's
walk
just
off all that
nice.
food.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. I dropped off my leftovers, my sweet and salty. I dropped those off, and then I put that, and then I said, okay, let's go for a little walk and walk off some food. And it was good. And then we walked by because I hadn't been there in a while. Over by where Tuffy's because I wanted to see what they were developing across the way from Tuffy's.
Mhm.
And so I got to see that as well, which was nice. And it was good. I mean, it's Sanford's rocking. And they're about to get a gem with Palm, so
Yeah.
I'm super excited.
Yep. Without a doubt.
And the other thing that we ate at, which is the other thing that you and I both ate, and I literally, to be honest, like I was like, I probably was going to be like, oh, I'll wait to eat it, and then you sent me a picture of it, and that
Oh,
was the Baba Yaga chicken truck.
yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they're going to give everybody with the chicken sandwiches a run for their money. Without a doubt. This is a good, not that we don't have a ton of good ones, but this is yet another really, really good chicken sandwich. The Red Panda guys, they don't do anything halfway. This is a really good sandwich. It's not what the breading is the coolest part. Like it doesn't come off. They have like a really great technique. So there's no, it doesn't, it's a great sandwich. I can't,
Yes.
it's a great sandwich.
This I had it when like one of their first like pop like kind of first like little pop-up areas. So like there's some elements that I'm still waiting. Like I was like I found out after the fact because I'm like I didn't even have a menu. Like I literally was like, I'll have a chicken sandwich. It was like one of those where I'm like they didn't have like now you can add slaw and you can do and there's like a curry sauce and there's so I'm like all these things
I
is
would
every
have
time you
liked the curry
go.
one. I just had the plain one.
That's what I had. I just had the plain one, a plain chicken sandwich, and it was freaking delicious.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was,
that's it. There's really not much more to say. You said it.
yeah, pretty much. Like I'm excited. I'm excited for them. I'm excited to have, you can't go wrong. Get a little, you can double dip maybe and get some Red Panda, and also get some Baba Yaga.
I need
Uh,
to go eat at Red Panda. I have not had Red Panda in too long. I mean, unless you count the ramen rumble, which I guess I should count, but
yeah. Well, it's not like you have extra space for you
no,
to since
it
you're always
really
eating
isn't. I'm gonna
somewhere.
go do yoga as soon as we're done with this.
Yep. So and that's but yeah, those are some of the places that I've kind of recently like I was like so I was excited cuz I got to try a bunch of places that are super good. And and I know like and I'll even mention it cuz I know Sweet and Salty and I know not Baba Yaga but I think Red Panda version. They're going to be at Taste and Sip, which is the picnic projects.
Oh, we need to
Um
talk about that off the air.
yeah, we definitely can.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're going to be having their event coming up, and I figured I'll mention it just because of the
That
fact
is
that they
this
have
Saturday,
tickets.
correct?
It's the Saturday the 20 as I'm pulling it up on my phone to double check. It's March 22nd, I believe,
Okay, so it's
is
not
what it
this
is.
Saturday.
Yeah, not this Saturday.
Oh,
Taste
okay.
and
We have
Sip
some time.
from like 12 to 3 and
That's a
there's a
great
bunch
event. It benefits the picnic project, which is a
benefits the
great
picnic project. Lots of
organization.
food, lots of brew, like a lot of food options. You know, it's definitely a good time. You're supporting, you get to eat some good food. They do a good job. It's their third annual one of it, and I got I'm working on a project with that, which we'll talk in the future. But yeah, I'm excited for that. I like it because that's how you get like to get to taste some of the areas, and I think it's also a cool way because you kind of, and it's a great, I'll plug it in there. You can need an excuse to go to Henry's Depot. You can always technically go to Taste and Sip early, and then go and have some more
Lay
cocktails.
down a foundation, then go
Yeah,
have some drinks at the basin.
yeah. Go to the basin and get some more. And if you're still hungry, you can get some more food at Henry's Depot, and it works out perfect.
Yep.
I love that. That's I may actually I'm gonna make a note of that because I when I go to I may do that. I may go back and do that and maybe take our daughter to Henry's Depot to check out some more food. And
That
maybe I don't
sounds
know when
fun.
Palms opens yet. Do we know when Palm opens?
No, she said April.
Okay.
That's what we got, April.
April it is. April
But
it
just
is.
since I wanna echo Bella, I would go eat with Bella.
Bella wants to eat. I will tell you since as we're talking and people are listening, Bella wants to eat. Our second, she basically brought up the topic yet today actually about how she wants to eat at the our second leg of our second chicken tender leg
Yes,
of our chicken tour.
that's coming up very soon. We are on a mission to taste
Yes,
basically all the chain chicken tenders and
we're
perhaps even a few locals,
yeah.
but mainly we are focused on the chains because I don't eat at any of them.
Hmm.
And we went to what, 5 or 6?
Yep. So far six we've gone to.
Yeah, and I had only eaten at like one of them.
Yeah.
The other ones were all my first time trying anything from any of those places. So
I will say that some of them were my first time as well, but I'm definitely more familiar than you were in eating them or even knowing where they were. And
well, I'll throw a teaser out there, right? So
yeah,
I ate the Reaper at
Dave's.
Dave's Hot Chicken. They made
Yep.
me sign a waiver.
Did you ended up still eating the rest of it?
I ate most of it,
Yeah.
not all at once, because I had to eat the regular one first because
Yeah. We didn't want
otherwise
it to mess up. We didn't
I
want it to hinder
yeah,
our
yeah, because that'll
tasting.
mess your palate up like for
Yes.
days. So
Yes. No, I like that. I'm excited to wrap that up. I'm excited for us to be able to share our findings and talk about it. I think it'll make for good, especially if you're into the chicken tenders. And then and I'll be curious to hear Amy Drew's thoughts on it because we still got some big places to check out
we're
there
gonna
in the
do the
chicken tender
data. We're
world.
gonna crunch the numbers. We're gonna crunch the nuggets, and then we're gonna crunch the numbers.
Yes, and we're for sure, for sure, and it'll be fun. I think it'll be a good one, and we definitely have like we talked about it enough, with it, and I think
These
it'll be
stories always
interesting.
do well. I'm telling you, that story I did about like the 10 best things I ate at Bucky's was one of the
Mhm.
most clicked stories I ever wrote. People were like, "Ooh, what'd she eat at Bucky's?" Like they
What'd she
hadn't
have at
already eaten it.
Bucky's?
Yeah,
What?
Bucky's was fun. That was an experience.
Yeah, Bucky's
I
is
did
an
not love
experience.
everything at Bucky's, but I love the overall experience.
Bucky Nuggets, was that your number one?
Oh, Bucky nuggets are like those are like crack level addictive.
Yeah,
Like I can't be near those.
yeah,
They're like corn pops on steroids.
yeah. They're pretty good. They're quite good. I enjoy it. We sometimes we'll stop in, and it's funny because we'll stop in, but like sometimes it's like it's a little too big and could be like it's fun, but then it's like after a while, like my wife Kristen will be like, "Do we really need a Bucky's? You really need that Bucky's thing?" And I'll be like, "No, you're right, I don't." I was like,
I've only
"But
been there. It's for me. It was like an assignment, so it was only there. I did one story, and then I went back the next year, and I said 10 more things that I ate at Bucky's because there's like 10,000 things to eat there.
yeah, no, they have
Some of
they
the
def
things I bought like were in jars and stuff, and I took them home and tried them there.
okay,
Like
that's a
they have pickled quail eggs
oh,
at
I didn't know that.
yeah, I know who would unless you're like me and you wander around looking at all the weird things in jars that they sell at Bucky's.
I'm gonna have to check that out next time I go. See what pickledness they have there.
Hmm.
Um, what? So I figured that I mean, it's definitely a good little spot to be able to kind of tell some folks. Is out of curiosity, since we were talking about Sanford, is there any place in Sanford that you're kind of like that you usually like if you're in the Sanford area that you usually like to try to visit or go? I mean, obviously there's some great spots like
Back in
like
the day, it was Bitters and Brass. That was like
okay.
my favorite bar in the whole metro. I loved it so much, and it is no more. But I would say Henry's Depot is probably up there because there is so much variety, and you've got the bar. Although the last time I went to Sanford, what did I do? I went to the Sullivan and I went to Hollerbox.
Yep, I was gonna say Hollaback's as a huge. I mean, they. I didn't realize
The only two places.
how I haven't been there. I hadn't been in that area since they expanded like their area. Um, because
I
it's
love
huge.
Suffering Bastard. Again, a
Hmm.
sister of Bitters and Brass, which is no longer with us, but I love that place. Tuffy's is fun.
Yep. Yeah, some good spots.
Yeah,
Definitely some
no,
good
I
spots.
mean, I'm all over the place. I love it over there. Buster's is always fun. There's a zillion.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of those for me. Sometimes it's just because it's far enough away from me that it's like, I'm like, I don't think to myself, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna drive out there to go do this. It's kind of like if I can, but I sometimes we just don't. If it's like like we're especially we're like, oh, let's just grab a bite to eat. I'm usually gonna probably tend to go, your inner circle area of how far you're willing to drive,
I
and
like Sanford because it's like you go and you can walk. You know what I
hmm
mean? Like there's a million places to go and you don't really have to have a plan
yeah,
necessarily. You could start at one place and then end up somewhere else you know, and that's what I like about it because there are only a few neighborhoods and really Sanford is probably the pinnacle,
yeah,
because it's like a whole town, whole
hmm
downtown, where you can do that. I think it's really just about the only place in the metro right now that has that much stuff, but all of it's so close and it's like an atmosphere where you definitely want to park and walk.
yeah. I mean, Winter Garden has a little bit of has some of that
Mhm.
aspect of it, of course, as well.
Mhm, but
But
it's like
yeah,
more one long block with a few like veins off of it, whereas
hmm
Sanford's like a town. Like you can
yeah,
mill around and there's
yeah,
like a blues bar and live music over here and there could be a car show at Henry's and there's a river walk so you can do that.
yeah.
There's so much to do.
I love it. I love it. I think this is great. I love the fact that we little Sanford highlight, a little and some delicious food at the same time. Definitely places to go check out if you have not been
Yeah,
out
and
there.
then great boutiques. Like I go in there and I
Yeah.
buy jewelry, I buy, all kinds of different things in the different, you know, magpies. I love that shop.
Oh yeah, I've heard of them. They're good. Um, well, I mean, definitely another good one. Another great episode. We got to learn a little bit about the fact that Amy Drew enjoys some wrestling, and I love that. I may
Maybe so
I may have some of
Amy.
that conversation. We may have to figure out a way of somehow figuring out somehow through one of your point of contacts eating with a wrestler. I think that
Open
would be a fun thing to
invitation.
do.
Open invitation.
Yes.
DM me on Instagram.
Yep.
Any
Please.
area. Any
Pl-
areas.
yeah. Please. That'd be
I'll
kind of
buy.
that would be fun. That would be fun to do,
I
and
want
be
to
able
see
to
how
have.
much Braun Strowman eats in one sitting. Gotta
I
be a
like it.
lot. It's gotta be a lot.
Maybe we'll bring him to Henry's
I'll be
Depot with
jealous.
us.
Like, so that's what it's like. That's how you have to be. You have to be that big and work out constantly, and then you can just eat all the time.
Eat everything
Yeah.
and not have to worry about it. I like that. I like that a lot. Well, that's our show for today. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to tell your friends, and keep listening to more episodes as we keep doing more fun things. So
There's just a
definitely.
Kristen sighting.
What was that?
Quick Kristen sighting in the background there.
Oh, you did. She closed the door. I
Yeah,
think she
'cause
closed the door in my
I can
room.
see you, but you can't see me.
Yeah. No, I didn't actually even see her. I just heard I heard the wind of the door closing as I was trying to wrap up. Um, but
You
that's
can
our
be
show.
alone.
That's our show for today. If you definitely, like I said, make sure to subscribe, leave us a comment. If you've been to Henry's Depot, is there a place that you've been to or in Sanford area that's definitely a place that we should check out while we're out there? Definitely let us know. And then but I'd love to hear what your go-tos are if you go to Henry's Depot or other places in Sanford because
What are your Sanford go-tos? There are so many good ones. We only mentioned a handful.
yep.
That's how much is there. So
Yeah, no,
Oh,
definitely worth a shot to check out. Do you got any final thoughts?
that's it. Tell us. I want to hear, I always love to hear new places. It's been fun in the wake of the foodies, and we'll talk about that soon. That people will always say, "Oh, I love that place. I love that. Have you tried this place?" And I always get a few new places that I can go then research,
Yeah,
Unlike
no, that's
everybody else, I find out about new places from all over the place.
yeah,
And sometimes it's because people tell me.
that's the key. That's why you got to share it. Share the place you love. Keep supporting small local businesses and keep telling people about it because who knows? Maybe someone did never heard of it and it might become their favorite place too.
Hmm.
You guys have a good one, guys. Thanks for listening.
Thank